Hi, my name is John Sara, and today I'm going to be reading from my poetry collection, The Poet Who Cried Monster. And this is my debut poetry collection being published through Alien Buddha Press, releasing January 25th. And of course, this poetry collection is based entirely around the original Goosebumps series by R.L. Stine of the 1990s. There were, of course, 62 books in that original series, and so there are 62 poems contained within this collection. Kind of some I would describe as reimaginings, some poetic retelling, some um, kind of told from the perspective of the monster or villain of that particular story. And so for this reading, I'm kind of jump around this book, read a couple of my personal favorite poems, beginning with the first two pieces in the collection. Okay. The first poem is called Now I'm Dead in Your House. How many times has a story begun this way, with a family twisting the key into their new house, unaware of what hides in the shadows? Maybe they should advertise that in the listing. Print the word haunted above vintage fixer-upper. 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, a cemetery for the kids to play. You can imagine the neighbors knocking the day we move in. It's so nice to see life here again, they'll say. A house like this doesn't do well without people. Sits, starves. The next piece, the second poem of the collection, is titled Dad's a Mad Scientist. Dad grows monsters in the basement, nurtures them with water and soil until they look just like him. They take turns in his skin, cook dinner while Dad's still working, play good cop, bad cop, the father that comforts and the one that feeds. One of them tucks me in at night, says one day I'll grow big and strong like him, tracing the veins that run like branches beneath my skin. Dad once called this research, as if it were anything but mad science, experiments behind a locked door. A father should take pride in his children, he says, always looking past me, at the steps leading downstairs. When he dies, I bury him with his creations in the garden, take comfort in the flowers that grow atop his grave. I ask the plants if they're my father. They whisper back yes. Jumping ahead a bit to the eighth poem in the collection. This is titled Believe in Monsters. Bookworm seems far too kind a name for an insect. Let's call it what it is, a monster, something which infests itself between the pages, between all those cracked spines, chewing at bite-sized pieces until they choke on words. A library is a good place for a monster. The solitude, the peaceful quiet. There are no how are yous, no what do you do for fun. If anyone asks, I tell them I'm a monster. I smile when they never believe me, place another book on the shelf, gobbling up bugs like candy. The 11th poem of the collection, If Looks Could Kill, is based on The Haunted Mask, perhaps the most iconic of the Goosebumps titles. One size fits all, they say, and maybe that's true. Or maybe the mask fits perfectly because you were always meant to wear it. Call me sentimental, but even an unloved face can find the right person, the one who pulls you from the shelf and admires your monstrosity. To be worn is to be loved, the way a child holds muddy toys tight to their chest, how that same child, older now, boxes up belongings and remembers the memories they shared. I'll be here, waiting for the moment you stare in the mirror, seeing if old clothes still fit. Dig me out of the closet. Remember the time you stopped being a frightened child, when you realized the face you wore wasn't a mask at all. And with that, thank you. Look out for The Poet Who Cried Monster, January 25th, this Sunday.